So it's gone serious, guys. Okay, so the first thing I need to clarify, the story that I covered yesterday about the whole swatting. I'd like to thank the people in my comment section, and I already knew. I'd check other YouTube channels talking about this. I am keeping up with the story. The swatting thing is fake. It was fake. It was posted by someone who did this about in 2016. So I will like to clarify that the story from yesterday. And I knew that it was like I said earlier in that video, that it's probably someone trolling, trying to make the hashtag we stand for Vic look bad, and I was right. I don't think I said that it was probably fake. I did say that it was probably someone trolling. So if anyone thinks that I took that serious, sorry. But things are actually starting to get a little more serious. So we got two things that are going on right now. So we actually have a big story going on with the Vic Mignogna accused of sexual harassment, an actual article that someone brought up to me. But first we want to talk about Rial actually finally came back to Twitter, and she's finally posting again, and she's talking finally saying something, and it says these last few weeks have been hard for some of the last few weeks have been some of the hardest of my lifetime. Please understand that all the hurting, no matter what you choose to believe, please be kind. And then she starts posting on here. I'll read it to you guys. First, please know that I tried to address this behavior with him. I'm the kind of friend that will tell you when you have food in your teeth, and I was tired of people talking about him behind his back. How would he change if he didn't know his behavior was wrong? Each time he would apologize and then be back within weeks. The studio slowly began to stop working with him, not just because of the sexual wrong, but because he was difficult to work with. Even though he had a huge fan following, directors began to look elsewhere. Whenever he saw me, he would take a fistful of my hair, pull my head back, and either whisper so close to my ear that his lips were touching kiss my cheek / neck. This was usually done in front of fans, colleagues, so I had to be very careful about how I reacted. I didn't even realize how inappropriate it was because he did it to so many people. I've witnessed it happen, just as others have witnessed it happen to me, colleagues and fans. In the mid of 2000s, we were at the convention together and grabbed me and kissed me in his hotel room. I froze. You may wonder why I didn't yell or scream or push him away. I was scared. Why? Because I was raped as a teenager. I learned that sometimes fighting back makes it worse. Why did I go to his room? Because he asked me to watch a video and I trusted him. Because he was a friend. Not only that, but he was dating my friend Michelle, and I had been flirting with my soon-to-be boyfriend at the convention all weekend. After that experience, I distanced myself from him, and unfortunately, Michael as well. I felt Michelle. I felt incredibly guilty, even though I hadn't done anything wrong. I went to therapy and worked on forgiveness. I chose to forgive him for what he had done. Maybe it was just me. Maybe it was one time, never to be repeated again. You can imagine my devastation when I learned that he wasn't the. Maybe it was a one-time thing. I lost where I tried. Or it was just me. Maybe it was just one-time thing, never be repeated again. You can imagine my devastation when I learned that I wasn't the only one. This was happening to colleagues and, worse yet, convention attendees. And then it keeps going. All the pictures and messages that are being passed around were taken at the press event and premiere for Broly movie mid-December. About 2 weeks after that, 3 of my closest friends came forward. When these friends shared their stories with me, I was heartbroken. How could this happen to 3 of my closest friends without me ever knowing? As more people came forward, I began to see the similarity. I chose to share my testimony with investigators only because it corroborated with others' testimonies. I didn't start this. I have nothing to gain from it. I didn't steal someone's roles or titles. The stuff you're hearing on YouTube is all lies, attempting to create drama and get subs/views. I'm perfectly content being just a voice actor. The investigations were incredibly thorough. Each person was interviewed, the evidence weighed, and the decision was made. Each company has to look out for the safety of their employees in this instance. These companies felt that they made the best decision to protect their employees and contract workers. Also, these companies are obligated to share the information with you. Aren't aren't obligated to share this information with you. Many of the women who had come forward have chosen to remain anonymous, especially after seeing the way that I've been attacked. Please respect Please respect their privacy. I didn't want to come forward on Twitter, but I felt like I had to do something because my friends' lives, children, and careers were being threatened. Also, I knew if I didn't, there was a very good chance that this would have just been swept under the rug again. I apologize for lashing out and threatening fans. I didn't want to have to take people to court and send law enforcement after them, but I was doing what I felt necessary to protect myself at the time. There is a watch list, and I have names and numbers of multiple harassers, but I'm willing to forgive if you'll stop the madness now. You may feel that my colleagues and I have been harsh, but let me ask you this. How would you respond if your life was being threatened? If your lives, the lives of your loved ones, your friends, and your children were being threatened? If your address and phone numbers were being passed around like candy? So people could call or drop by just to antagonize you. If the local authorities made sure to drive past your house daily just to make sure you're okay. If you were forced to be on the phone with various law enforcement lawyers every single day. If people were trying to get you to fire just because you came forward with the truth, you were doxxed because people think it's fun to attack those who were hurting. I always stood up for the community. I have loved the anime fandom from the moment I went to my first convention. To be threatened like this by the community, I love. Really hurts my heart. I recently stood up for the Dragon Ball fandom, only to have the community come back and attack me mercilessly. It has been so incredibly painful, I can't even express. I've never said anything hurtful towards Vic or any of his fans. I don't want to ruin his life. He is my friend. I don't want him to be labeled a predator for life. I want him to get help and realize that his actions have hurt people, including me. If he takes the necessary steps to better himself, then perhaps I'll be willing to forgive him again. I'm tired of fighting. I'm tired of the threats. All of it. From here on, I'll only be posting positivity and light. Any threats of retaliation would be met with an immediate block. I'm not wasting any more time in this matter. It's over. This was incredibly difficult for everyone involved. Please be kind to one another. Much love, Monica. So, she finally released her statement, and as you clearly have read it to you badly. But she finally came out saying her side of the story. Now, I'm not going to say that this is real or I'm siding with her. It could still be fake, like she's just trying to save her ass, or it could be real, and she's finally coming out. And she is right. The company and her aren't obligated to come out and tell us, hey, this and this happened. Personally, none of this should have even came out publicly. They should have kept this under wraps. If this was within the company, they should have kept it within the company. But unfortunately, it came out public. Yes, people have been getting harassed. And she did say that she was being rude to people. And yeah, she was being very harsh. Remember, Sean Schimmel yesterday was blatantly, or for the past couple weeks now, he's been blatantly attacking his fans, the Dragon Ball community. He's just been going on a rage. He's just been going on a level beyond. No, not Super Saiyan 3. He's just been going on a rampage towards fans, calling them idiots, stupid, stuff like that. Personally, this should have all been kept under wraps within the company. No one should have said anything. This should have just been in the company. And personally, they could have easily made Vic say a statement like, oh, I'm retiring from voice acting or something, and no one would have bat an eye. It's a little interesting that this just came out at a weird time. There was a YouTuber, a legitimate lawyer YouTuber came out saying if Vic Mignogna were to come out in a lawsuit, he gave ways that he can. Vic has stayed quiet throughout this entire thing. He hasn't said anything. He's only said a couple things saying he's going to get help. He's apologetic, but nothing towards anyone. He hasn't said anything wrong. And then this IO9 guy came out with this article here where it talks where they're interviewing the harasser, the people who are getting harassed by Vic Mignogna, apparently. And I don't like this picture. This looks horrible. Why would they edit something like this, like that? Basically, they're interviewing people about what Vic Mignogna did to them, how he treated them. I'll let you guys read it. I read it. I mean, it's sickening how a lot of people come out and just are boarding the fandom saying that Vic did this to me, Vic that, just for a boost. Now, personally, I'm not gonna bash on Monica Rial's thing where that she has or hasn't had anything. Personally, my opinion right now, it kind of sounds like if this was a real thing, she could have gone to the law enforcement, talked to Funimation right off the bat. It's possible that she could have been having an affair with Vic Mignogna, and to save her ass, she said this. I would say come read this article, guys. It sounds more like who wrote this and made Vic Mignogna seem more worse than he should have. Definitely go check that out. But please, guys, no more harassing in the community. You're making the hashtag I stand for Vic look bad, and the people from hashtag Kick Vic are looking to make themselves look bad. Let's keep this neutral. We can have conversations, but right now everything is just going out of proportion. And honestly, Monica Rial has been threatened by people. Sean Schimel. The only people who have not really said anything is Chris Sabat. He said one thing, and Sonny Strait, the voice actor of Vegeta, Piccolo, Yamcha, and the voice actor of Krillin and Bardock. So personally, let's keep this civil, guys. I'll keep you up to date on the latest things that as it develops more. Sorry that I couldn't address the whole SWAT thing earlier. A lot of people in my comment section have been talking about it. And if you guys want more information on stuff, the Super Saiyan Paul, he is really in depth talking about this. He's talking about all of this. Go check out Super Saiyan Paul. Really good source for this. Don't I'll keep you posted, guys. And as always, I am DragonBallOtaku. Join my Saiyan army by clicking that subscribe button if you're new to the channel. If you're already subscribed, click that like button, share it with your friends so we can get the awareness out. Hashtag I stand for Vic. If you guys are hashtag Kick Vic, let me know why. I'll be seeing you guys later. And as always, this hero never dies. Peace.